Okay, let's be honest. That last episode felt a little bit depressing to me. However, we have won 2 trophies in this season. We have to call it a success because of that. But we have one realistic aim going into this 5th season, the final season of this save, and that is winning Serie A. Hello there and welcome to episode 1 of season 5, the final season of Let's Go Parma. I'm Stubo. Thank you for joining me in today's episode where we're going to do the season review of the season that was, and then we're going to be getting into the nitty-gritty of transfers, trying to make this team a little bit better so that we hopefully don't lose the title on the final day of the season. I can't speak, I'm so wound up by it still. That sounds like a good plan to you. Please do leave a like on the video and consider subscribing to the channel as well so you don't miss any lovely future Football Manager content from yours truly. Yeah, let's just get into the season review because I find it very difficult to call this last season a failure because, I mean, straight away you can see Coppa Italia, Super Coppa, all of the things, very happy. But as you know, in the last episode, it was a bit of a bitter pill to swallow, that final episode. But we'll get into everything and see what the season review thinks of everything. So we'll start with the new arrivals, transfers, all that kind of stuff. So the signing of the season was Kasper Dolberg. I don't know whether I would have necessarily agreed with that. However, Kasper has come in and done the job that was needed of him. His development's not been very good, and we do need to have a chat with him of that. But we signed him as a backup striker. Halfway through the season, he became our main striker. And to be honest with you, he did show up. When you consider that the 26 league appearances he's got there, probably, I don't know, 10 of them were probably substitute appearances in the first half, if that. So take those 10 out. That's 14 goals in probably, I don't know, 16, 18, 20 games, something like that. That's not that bad. And I think we have to applaud him for that. That's really good going. So he did a job that he wasn't meant to do, and he did it admirably. Matteo Gabbia, signed him from Marseille, did okay. 10 appearances in total, got a couple of goals. He did the job that was asked of him, which was to be a 4th choice centre-back, and he did it very well. Marco Silvestri was surprising, because I bought him in expecting him just to sit on the bench and maybe play in the occasional cup game. We had injuries to Dragowski a couple of times, and he deputised for him superbly. If he was a couple of years younger, I would potentially consider signing him on a permanent, but as he is 34 years old, although goalkeepers can go for a lot longer, I don't know whether I want him as our backup goalkeeper. I might consider that during this window, though, because he did do a very, very good job for us, has to be said. Felipe Coutinho. This one started off being really bad. We signed him for a very cheap fee, but we paid him a lot of money on his wages, which is part of the reason why he's only got a C. And then we forgot that Castrovilli had a clause in his contract that meant he was matching the highest earner. So he and Castrovilli are on the same amount a week. That was a problem. But we took a while to get his correct position, and in the end we worked out that his best position is not an attacking midfielder on support, although he can play there relatively well. It was as a deep line playmaker, and he did a very, very good job for us there, actually. He's been pretty spectacular in that position when we called upon him. 8 goals, 6 assists. Doesn't really tell the whole story. He's just looked very, very nice in that midfield, it has to be said. Castrovilli paid a lot of money for him and paid even more wages when we signed Coutinho because of what I've just mentioned. That's on me. That was my mistake. But as a player, he's done okay. Didn't score this season. Hopefully he kicks on a little bit this year. Did get 3 assists though. Bit of a disappointing year. Hopefully we get a bit more out of him. That's what I'm hoping for. Rooney Bargi, 19-year-old wonder kid. Not been as good as I was hoping, but it was his first season at the club. We'll give him another year, see how he does. One thing it's important to point out that I didn't point out before. Rooney Bargi's number 1 on the next-gen list for this year. We have got the number 1 player on the next-gen list. Also interesting, Martin Rabo, not on that list. He was previously on that list. He's not on it anymore, so very happy Rooney Bargi's on there. 6 goals, 11 assists. He did a job for us. Hopefully he'll kick on next season. Filip Stefanovic did a very, very good job for us when we called upon him. A couple of assists, 4 goals. Came in, did a job. We paid a bit of money for him. Did a solid job for us. Namdi Collins. I trusted him for 1 game and he got sent off. That one start, he got sent off. I don't know what else to say with that. I think this has been one of our best transfer collections, though, to be honest with you. I don't think any of these guys, other than maybe Namdi, was a miss. I think every single one of these guys has done the job that was asked for them. Castrovilli was a bit disappointing, but I'm willing to give him another season. Transfers out. This is going to be painful. We got rid of Columbi, and then, well, we'll go over the less painful ones first. Got rid of Columbi. Wasn't good enough. This guy wasn't good enough. Valenti got offered a ridiculous amount of money, and to be honest, he probably wasn't going to be one of our starting central defenders, even though he was the best player in Serie A last season. Luan Perez came in, didn't do a good job for us. We made a little bit of a profit on him, happy days. Bonnie, never going to get into the team. Drissa Kamara had all the potential in the world, just wasn't looking like he was going to meet it. Bunch of young players as well. Let all of those go. Right, first one, Martin Rabo. Made a profit on the sale, but my word, we could have got more than 9.25 million if he didn't have a release clause, and that is on me for not remembering to renegotiate his contract. Went to Man City. I think he's literally just made that one appearance for Man City. I mean, on here it doesn't even come up as an appearance as well, which I find very weird. 62 to 89 million is what he is apparently worth, though. He is a wonder kid as far as I'm concerned. It doesn't come up saying he's a wonder kid, but he is a wonder kid. But I look at his stats, and although we know that he is very good, I still think Filippo Don Vito's look better, so I'm not too unhappy about losing him. The same can't be said for Lorenzo Luca. This one still stings. He was the main man at this club, even though he wasn't scoring on a regular basis. He was scoring often enough that it didn't matter because he was playing really well with the link-up play with all of the other players. He was doing a great job. He was winning balls. He was flicking things on. He was so good for us. Then he went to Manchester United. Only made 8 appearances. Only scored 3 goals for them. It says more here. I assume that... I'm assuming... I mean, I don't know. These stats are not for us, so I'm assuming that that is all competitions, whereas that was just Premier League. They're the ones that really sting, I've got to be honest with you. We didn't get a lot of money for him. Only £15 million. I do think we made a transfer profit, I think. Oh god, we did, yeah. So we did make a transfer profit on that. That's the main thing, but that one stings just a bit. Moving on to the results in the season. So, starting with the Coppa Italia, won it last year, won it this year. We were expected to reach the quarter-final, overachieved. Yay. The Super Coppa. I don't think the board cared. They didn't. We won it anyway. Yay. Tino scoring the winning goal in that one. Europa League. We'll go to the Champions League first. Let's start with that one. We predicted we probably wouldn't get through this group. We didn't, but we did get through into the Europa League. Remember, the board wants us to be competitive. I don't think they cared that much that we didn't get past the group stage. I think they were okay with it. I mean, we got 3 wins in our group, 2 draws and a loss. We were unlucky to go out. It was only on goal difference or head-to-head, whichever one it was. In fact, it was goal difference because we drew against Liverpool both times. So, if we'd have just scored one more goal in either of the Leverkusen games or the Barcelona game, we would have got through to the next round of the Champions League. But if we'd have done that, we wouldn't have gone to a Europa League final. And this stings. We weren't meant to be in the Europa League, but the board, when we got there, wanted us to reach the second knockout round. We got to the final, and we lost it on penalties in the final. And it still stings that Lyon got past us, because we were dominant against them. Again, I can't help but look and think to myself that maybe, just maybe, that's on me. And it is on me. It absolutely is. I mean, there's no point even debating it. It's absolutely on me. But... yeah. What else can I say, really? I'm still flat about it. Hopefully we don't play in the Europa League next season. But if we do, you can bet your bottom dollar that I want to win it. And then the league, well, yeah, this one stings just as much. We've had a hell of a season. 91 points. To not win the league on 91 points is utterly ridiculous. AC Milan beating us on the final day. 3-1, I think it was. It was 3-1 indeed. That one really stings. Kasper Dolberg, our top goal scorer, with 14 goals. He did very well to get to there, actually, considering, again, didn't really score any goals in the first half of the season. The board wants us to qualify the Europa League. We smashed that. So, in terms of the board, we're really, really happy. But for us personally, we know we could have done better. The moments to remember, 5-0 against Bologna was the biggest win. Don Vito, Dolberg, Greenwell, Monchu and Cataldi. A nice little selection of goal scorers out. Good to see Don Vito scoring in that one as well. The match to remember was the game against Leverkusen. Because, of course, remember, we don't win this game. We don't go through to the Europa League. Bayer Leverkusen could be pipping us, possibly. We don't even get close to the Champions League knockouts. But a 2-1 win with Mihaila and Luca getting the goals. very, very good. And then the goal of the season was a goal from Coutinho, actually, in the 85th minute of a 3-0 win against Juventus. I don't know if you guys saw this, actually, but Coutinho scoring 2 goals. When was this, actually? This was one of the first games that Coutinho really turned up on, and I can't remember whether you guys saw this game or not. We're going to see if we can load the goal up, because I would like to show you guys it. Felipe Coutinho with a free kick. Bang! Absolutely superb. What a way to properly announce yourself after a run of terrible games. We've had better goals than that, I'll be honest with you, but I'm kind of glad that Coutinho got an award for that. In terms of the finances, broadcast revenue and competition prize money both down. I think that is because we got knocked out of the Champions League, because we made it through to knockouts last year, so I do think we need to bear that in mind. In terms of match day and commercial retail is up, sponsorship was up, and corporate and hospitality are up, so they're the main ones. I think we're doing alright. The one disappointment is, and this is why I wanted to win the Europa League, our reputation is still 4-star. I want us to hit 4.5 so we can get some better players in, but it's just not meant to be. Team of the season, Dragowski in goal, Sambia, Greenwald, Ballo, Cambiasso in defence. I'll agree with that back five, absolutely. Monchu and Cataldi in the midfield. I'm a little surprised Coutinho isn't in there. However, these two probably started more often than not, and they are pretty much my preferred central midfield partnership at the moment, because Castro really just hasn't played at the level. Then Dennis Mann, Karabek and Mihaila supporting Dolberg up front. I think that's completely fair. Dennis Mann, I think... I'll get on to that in a minute. Rooney Bargi, I think, is going to be the player there. But Dennis Mann, for this season, I can understand it completely. I mean, looking at all the ratings as well, our best players were our centre-backs, actually, Ballo and Greenwald. And I wouldn't disagree with that, actually. They have been very good. Right, in terms of accolades, I am the manager's manager of the year for 2024. I do believe we've just finished the 2025 season, so that might have been around Christmas that happened. No caps. Very sad. Player of the season. Fans player of the season. Leo Greenwald. Young player of the season. Leo Greenwald. Signing of the season. I feel like this one's by default. Kasper Dolberg. Goal of the season. Felipe Coutinho. We already knew that. Top goal scorer with 27 goals in all competition is Kasper Dolberg. That's pretty good, actually. I'll give Kasper all of the credit he deserves for that. Monchu with the most assists because it's Monchu and he does Monchu things. Most player of the match awards, it's Monchu because he does Monchu things. Highest average rating, as we just discovered, was Ballo. And most passes completed per 90 minutes was Ballo. So as competition awards, the next gen, as I mentioned before, Rooney Bargi is the top #1 pick on the next gen list. And then record breakers, most clean sheets by a player in the season. Dragowski got there because he is a fantastic goalkeeper. Worst disciplined Junior Sambia. We need to sort that out. 21 yellow cards is unacceptable. We had a lot of yellow cards this season. We were mid-table on the discipline charts in the league, but yeah, that I don't like. I noticed it quite often that we were getting suspensions with Sambia. We missed quite a few games as a result of that, so need to do something about that. And our youngest ever goal scorer, Filippo Donvito. I think he became our youngest ever player last season as well. Scored a couple of goals this season. Again, something Martin Robo couldn't do. He scored and assisted goals this season in the first team games in Serie A. The lad has got a bright future and he's only 16 years old. He's fantastic. And some nice words there with our 2 little trophies. Excellent. We have done very, very well this season. And I do think it's important that we recognise that. As much as I'm disappointed with how the final 2 games of the season went, AC Milan, as we showed in the last episode at the end of it, deserved to win the league overall. We didn't take our chances. They took a chance right at the very end. I can't complain about that. The Europa League final, I am salty as everything about it because we should have won that. I mean, I know we're treading over our ground here, but I mean, if we click on this. Dragowski, maybe we made the wrong decision starting him. He did have a little knock. Maybe we should have started Silvestri. I'm going to have to live with that decision. Hopefully, at the end of this coming season, we won't have to worry about it because we'll be Serie A winners. That's the plan. But as I mentioned before, this is the final season, and the target for this final season is one thing and one thing alone, and it is Serie A. If we get into the Europa League, we might have a look at running and trying to win that again as well. That would be lovely. Not bothered about the Coppa Italia, not bothered about the Supercoppa. All about the league this season. We'll see how well we do in the Champions League, but it's all about the league. Kasper Dolberg actually came second in the Europa League Player of the Season. Ciro Immobile, 35 years old, is still an absolute machine. I mean, Ciro Immobile, is he this good in real life? I feel like FM, he's just incredible. Anyway, as we're talking about, transfers. I have already had a play around on the tactics screen to try and identify where we need cover. We definitely need a backup goalkeeper. I would like a new fullback on either side. Not necessarily starting fullbacks, but people who can compete in those positions. The middle of the park, I don't think we need anyone, but I am open to it. And then I am looking at wingers, and I am thinking we definitely need a winger, at least one winger anyway. And we definitely need, well, we don't need a backup striker because Seb Esposito's coming in, but obviously I've not got him there to put in that place. I am considering, that's not what I wanted to do. I am considering moving on Dennis Mann. Now, although he has been very good for us this season, there's also been a lot of games where he's been anonymous, and I kind of am a bit bored by it. Also, his position in the team is affecting Rooney Bargi, because although in theory Rooney Bargi can play here, and play here, and play here, and play here, let's be completely honest, every time he's played well for us, I think has been on the right-hand side. So, at the moment, his development is kind of being affected by the presence of Dennis Mann, and Dennis Mann has been so indifferent for us, I'm willing just to bin him off completely. So, I am considering that. I am not completely committed to that idea, but if so, basically we need 2 new flanks and a goalkeeper, and then I'll be kind of happy. If any other opportunities present themselves, either in central defence or in the midfield, I would consider them. But if we don't improve in those areas, I'm not going to be too sad. Mihaila is wanted. He's wanted by Lazio and Hoffenheim. Leo Greenwell is wanted by Everton. And I think there's 1 or 2. Yeah, both of our central defenders here are wanted by clubs as well. Below is wanted by Monaco, Wolfsburg and Leipzig. Thiat is wanted by Man City and Newcastle. We might struggle to keep some of these players because of those interests. But there's not as much interest in some of the players as I would have liked. So, yeah. We're going to have to see what we can do. In terms of players I actually want to move on, to Tino, his time is up, I think. He had 2 very good seasons with us, and the last 2 years he has not been as good. He's 28 years old. He's not going to get much better. If we can get £24 million for him, I'll be very, very happy. Zappa, he's been adequate enough this season. He's got a tiny little bit of potential, but we can do better than him, and I think we need to. So we might try and move him on. I would try and move Valeri on, but he's going to be out for up to 5 months. There's no point trying to sell him. It's not going to work. We'll bring someone in to cover left back, and then we might try and move him on in January, or we might integrate him back into the squad, and we'll have a think about that. Fagioli, Stefanovic, and Collins are all going back to their clubs. Dennis Mann is the one I was on about. He's still on the transfer list, believe it or not. He's done very, very well for us this season. I don't know. I like him, but I don't like him at the same time. There's just times when he just really annoys me. So I would quite like to get rid of him. And if we can get anywhere near this region of money for him, I would be very happy. So I'm going to dive in and have a look at transfers and see what we can do. I think we confirm all that. That's absolutely fine. Absolutely fine. So we now can tell that to the players. And we're going to just be telling them we want to qualify for the Europa League. Absolutely. Pump the fists. Excellent. And then we want to get to... Oh! Whoa, okay. Okay, sorry lads. That's what the board wanted. That's what the board wanted. Apologies. Apologies. And we'll say that one, and we'll say that one. Brilliant. Perfect. Okay, we've resurrected that problem. Where do you want to go on our pre-season thing? Normally I think we do the US, so we'll do China for once. Let's do that. Have some fun out in China. That sounds like a good plan to me. Right. I'm going to go away. And I'm going to start looking at transfers and see what we can do. And see if we can generate any more funds to that 19 million. Well, it's going to be less than 19 million. I'm going to have a look at new contracts as well. Because I do think there's some players who will want new contracts. And we don't want anything hanging over us like anyone running out of contract next season. So, leave that with me. Anything dramatic happens, I will come back. If not, I'll see you on the 1st of July for when we have the 2 new boys come in. I say new boys, Ramon Enriquez really is just bringing all of his other stuff from Inter to here because he knows he's not going anywhere now. We do need to use it more next season. But when they properly arrive, we'll have a look at those guys and then we'll see what else we can do at that point as well. So, leave it with me and I'll see you in a bit. And almost immediately, I've literally clicked the mouse button once or twice. This has come up. No information on the new stadium, but the boards are already looking to build it. So we don't even have to do anything. They're already doing it. They're looking for sites and investors. It will take some time. We are not going to see this. I might do a 5 years in the future with this save, to be fair, and see whether Parma stay at the level that we're currently at. I don't know whether they will or not, but we'll see whether they do. It's cool to see that this is being done, because the Ennio Tardini, if we click on that, it's a lovely picture of the ground. I don't think that's the ground somehow. I think that's just a generic FM ground. We've got no undersaw heating. Obviously, we've got no roof. built in 1924. We have upgraded the capacity during the save to 27,940. But, I mean, it's got good pitch condition as well, to be fair. But it's probably one that we could do with doing something about. So I'm glad that the board are doing that, and we're not going to get judged on it as well, because it's already happening. But yeah, happy days. That's one objective nearly completed. Okay, this is a little bit ridiculous. Inter have offered me a job interview. I couldn't, could I? Final season, I couldn't. I mean, I might do the interview just for the hell of it. That's one piece of news. The other piece of news is Man City are chasing Arthur Theat like nobody's business, but we have set a price of £55 million. We are not going below that. It is above what his valuation actually is, but if Manchester City wants him, they are going to have to pay it whether they like it or not. In fact, I mean, I'm tempted to make this non-negotiable. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to try and see if they just get bored. Because if I make it non-negotiable, they might just pay it because they're Man City. But if I make it negotiable, yeah. Let's just do that. Let's see what happens. Let's do this job interview, shall we? Oh, I'm excited. Let's see what happens. It'd be funny if we get it and then we turn it down. So let's get started. I think it's positive. Yeah, I think it's that. What makes you think you're suited to managing a club of this stature? Because you asked me. Let's say that one. Why do you want to leave your current job? Because you asked me. I don't really want to leave. Right, I want to take the next step in my career, and I want that to be here. We'll say that one. Would you be comfortable working with our director of football? Absolutely. We understand you put the right backroom team in place. Let's say small budget, long-term vision, Italian, high reputation, wage budget, original transfer budget. I mean, we'll just say yes to all of that. Challenge for the Champions League qualification. Absolutely, we can do that. No problem at all. Would a proposed transfer budget of 112 million be enough? Do you know what? I think it would be. Wage budget. Yeah, that looks alright as well. Yeah, sure. Yeah. Whoa! Oh, I've got a decision to make here. Okay, I've got an idea. If we get offered the Inter job, here's what's going to happen. Oh my word, are we actually going to get offered it? Right. If we get offered the Inter job, here's what's going to happen. I'm going to create a separate save. We're going to carry on with Parma. And then we're going to do a one-season postscript at Inter. We're just going to spend all of the money and see what we can do. Because we've got enough time left in the transfer window to get players in if we get to Inter. Oh my word, this is insane. Oh my word, and we're being asked about it as well. I think we're just gonna no sell it. Wow. Okay, that's a big thing. I wouldn't even consider going, but for some reason it's in my head. Oh. Well, that was unexpected. I'm gonna head back away, and we're gonna come back on the 1st of July, or when we get the Inter job. If we get the Inter job. But I'm going to come back on the 1st of July. We have made some transfers, but I'm going to keep those until the 1st of July, and then you're going to find out when we get to that point. And there's one or two signings that we're waiting to get confirmed as well, so maybe by then they'll be confirmed. Maybe by then we'll be offered a new job. I'll see you on the 1st of July, shall I? What in the blue hell is going on? Juventus have now offered us a job interview. Oh, my word. I'm not going to show you the job interview here. What I might do is when we get to the transfer budget, I might show you that bit because that's the bit I'm very interested in. But I'm going to take this one as well, and we might have to make a decision on which club we go for. Oh my word. Yeah. Anything exciting comes with the interview, I'll show you. But if not, I'll again hopefully be back on the 1st of July. Theat as well is still being courted by Man City. We've actually counter-offered for 60 million this time. They came in for 44.5 million. Not good enough. We've gone in for 60 million. See whether that dissuades them. But yeah, I'm going to do this interview. And if anything interesting comes up, I'll show you. But if not, again, I'll be back on the 1st of July. But no, my luck, AC Milan will offer me the job next. Goodness me. Oh, my word. 109 £97 million is what they're offering for their transfer budget. Yeah, that'd do. Yeah, I think I can make that work. Wage budget, yeah, sure. So the problem now is, if we get offered both of those jobs, which one do we pick? Oh, and I'm the favourite for this as well, apparently. Bruh. I mean, we'll do the same thing. We'll no-sell it. But, oh my words. Right, this time, I promise you, it will be the 1st of July. Again, unless someone else ridiculous offers me a job. I mean, probably Manchester City will offer me one at this point. If Manchester City offer me one, I'll let Thiat go. That's the compromise. Bloody knackered. We are back on the 1st of July, and I'm very happy with how this transfer window has gone. All of the job nonsense aside, this has been a very solid transfer window. So let's start with the obvious bits. Totino has left. We got a decent amount of money for him, £24 million. I was quite happy with that. He was a dressing room leader, but he's been poor the last couple of seasons. He's chipped in every now and then, but he's just not been good enough. So £24 million for a 28-year-old, getting his wages off the books. Very happy with that indeed. We also moved on Gabriel Zappa. I think I mentioned that before. £5 million for him. I'll take that. That's absolutely fine. They're the main players who have gone. I feel like someone else. Well, Dennis Mann has left as well. I don't know why Dennis Mann hasn't appeared on this list. Discovered why Dennis Mann didn't appear on the list is because it technically happened last season, but he is now at Bournemouth in the Premier League, I think. Premier League or Championship, either or. But we got £36 million for him, which is absolutely insane, if you ask me. Absolutely insane. Yeah, apparently it's Premier League, so bear in mind, we only paid £11.5 million for him, and that wasn't even me. That was the previous manager. Made a hefty profit on him, so very happy with that. As a result of that, we have made a number of, in my opinion, very good signings. So, we knew about Sebastiano Esposito. He's back for a third spell. This time it's permanent. I think he did very well over in Napoli, to be honest with you. Not as good as I thought, actually. 11 goals and 4 assists as well in 24 starts, 8 substitution appearances. It's not a bad return, but I mean, we know how good he can be. 17 goals in 30 games in that first season and 18 in 26 in that second. He was very good for us. Hopefully, he will be again. £29.5 million actually is it's a decent amount of money, but we know what quality he's got. We then have done a bargain on this guy, Marco Carnesecchi. Marco Carnesecchi. I'll get that. He's coming as our cup goalkeeper. But he's almost as good as Dragowski already, if not, with the potential to be better as well. He wanted to be our first choice goalkeeper. We've got him on a contract where he comes in this season as our cup goalkeeper. Next season he'll be our regular goalkeeper. And the season after he'll be an important goalkeeper. Bit risky, but I'm not going to be here for it, so I don't really care. He looks fantastic. He's absolutely going to be our cup goalkeeper. £4.5 million. That's a bargain. Only on £25,000 a week. That's fantastic. He's going to be better than Silvestri, and if we need to put him in, we've got no issue at all. Jose Maria, 19-year-old. Brazilian, is it Brazilian? He is Brazilian. Brazilian wonder kid. He's a striker, but he's going to be playing on the wing. He is going to be one of our rotation wingers. £12.75 million. Release clauses are my friends for once. £35,000 a week. We had a lot of competition from him, so that money originally was a lot lower than that, so I'm very happy that we've got him in as well. That is fantastic. We've then signed Brandon Soppy, French fullback. We've signed him from, I can't remember what we signed him from, and this keeps resetting, which is really annoying. Udinese. We've got him from Udinese, and he looks like he is going to be an absolute superstar for us. 3.5 star current ability and potential. He is actually better than Junior Samba, but they're going to be competing for that. £11.5 million as a transfer fee is a steal for this guy, in my opinion. £80,000 a week. That is quite expensive, but I'm okay with it. Isaac Johansson. We looked at this guy a couple of seasons ago, and I think it was Malaga who got in for him. Again, this keeps resetting, which is annoying. Levante, that's who he was. Levante got in for him. He's done okay over there, and we've signed him now. 3.5 star current ability. I think he's got 4 star or 4.5 star potential. Let's have a check, shall we? 4.5 star potential. He is predominantly a central midfielder, but he has got the stats to play on the wing. We are going to be playing him on the wing. He and Jose Maria, they're the ones who are going to be replacing Dennis Mann and Tuccino, and I think they'll do really well. And Johansson as well. Johansson can do a really good job in the middle, so if we need to put him in the middle, I've got no issue with it. Speaking of the middle, confirmation that we have got Roman Enriquez on a permanent finally, £4.5 million. he is a very, very good option to have. So I'm very, very happy with all of those transfers. Our record transfer is officially for Isaac Johannesson, £44.5 million. It is a lot of money, but he is a lot of player. And we spent £103 million. That's a lot of money, but I'm okay with it. Record for an Icelandic player as well. We're trying to get rid of Fernandinho, so forget that he exists. But also, Inter have approached me. I'm going to save the game here, and we are going to do the split. The problem is as well, Juventus have requested backroom changes, so I'm going to save here. And then I'm going to make a decision on which of these teams I take on, and we'll do a one-season challenge with one of them. We're not going to do both of them. We'll just do a one-season challenge with one of them. In fact, I'm going to do that in a sec. But yeah, so transfer window's gone really well, and we've got a fun little side project as well to do after this save is finished as well. So really, really happy. The only thing we have to do in this squad, and we can actually do this now. So Esposito goes in there. Maria can go in there. Soppy can go in there. Johannesson can go in there. Can go in there. There we go. And Karen and Carnasechi, I'm going to get that right, can go in there. That is excellent to me. I'm really, really happy with that. There's one spot that's missing, left back. We haven't found a decent one so far. There are a couple of good ones out there, but I'm trying to make sure that we don't come a cropper of any registration rules, because a couple of them are Brazilian. Obviously, we have to be careful of the non-EU player rules. So I am very happy with those transfers at the moment. Obviously, we've got Enriquez as well, who can come in here. I think the squad is looking pretty fantastic right now, but we do need to make sure that we actually get in a good left back. So I'm going to continue looking for a left back. I'm going to remember to save the game as a separate save file, so we've got that side season that we can do after this year. And yeah, it's all looking good at the moment, and that worries me a little bit. But hopefully I've got nothing to worry about. We'll see, shall we? Just to confirm as well, we have got the choice that we need to make for that side season. Juventus have offered us a contract as well. It's a ridiculous amount of money, and we delayed the Inter deal as well. So I've already saved this. We have already got this ready in the bank. So when we finish this season, I'm making the decision now. I have got a save idea already, but we're going to do one shot of a season at either Juventus or Inter. I haven't decided which one yet, but it's going to be one of them. So I just wanted to let you know, we've got both offers. It's going to be a tricky one, isn't it? That's something to think about for the entire season. Which one do we pick? Might see which one does the worst at the end of the season and pick that one. I haven't decided yet. But yeah, we have made an offer for a left-back as well. It is Jose Fontan. He's not spectacular, but two things. Number one, he's decent enough that he would fit into the team no problem without upsetting anyone. So Cambiasso, I think, is still going to be our starting left-back, although there is interest from a couple of clubs with him as well. So this guy could future-proof us for that, but also he can play as a centre-back, and he's 6 foot tall. Jumping reach isn't great, heading isn't great, but he could do a job there if we needed it. So once Valeri is fit, if Valeri stays, this guy can cover a couple of bases along with Cambiasso as well, because Cambiasso can play on the right-hand side, provides cover there. Fontan can play in the middle, provides cover there. So I think this is a good option as well. He would only cost us £5.5 million up front, £20.5 million altogether, £70,000 a week. It would leave us a little bit of money in the kitty. Financially, still got a lot of money at the club. 61, nearly £62 million. We have spent a lot of money this season, but if we're going to push for the Champions League, I do think we needed to as well. So I think once that transfer comes in, I think we'll be good and set. And just like that, deal done. Jose Fontan is in at the club. I am very happy with this as a deal. He will do very well as a backup supporting fullback. I think he'll do a good job for us. I'm not too worried about him at all. We'll just get Monchu to welcome him into the club. I think that makes sense. And also, Thiat has committed to the club. It's a lot of money per week, but he is a lot of player. He is a full Belgian international, remember, and Manchester City were sniffing around. We eventually got the option to offer him a new contract. We did do that. I think it's going to be worth the money, to be honest with you. I'm very happy that we've tied him down. He is also, by the way, our new vice-captain. I took the vice-captaincy off of Danilo Cataldi because Cataldi is not going to be starting for us this season. He will be a backup player. And, yeah, I'm very, very happy with that, to be honest with you. Toivonen has signed a new contract as well, even though he's not going to be playing for us this season. I still think there's a future for him if we were going to continue this save on. But, yeah, I think with that transfer, that is squad done, personally. I think that is squad done. We have got fantastic players in every single position. If we have a look at the... What do I want to look? It's not comparison. It's squad depth. That's it. If we look at squad depth. Striker... I mean, technically, Dolberg is better than Esposito. We all know that's not true. For some reason, this is a bit weird. Don't know why that's there. Johannesson and Mihaila over on this side. We've got Johannesson, Mihaila, Bargi, and also... where is he? Jose Maria. Jose Maria also on the other side as well. Attacking midfield, we've got Karabek, we've got Dolberg, Coutinho can play there, Johannesson can play there, Cataldi can play there. If we look down the list, we've still got Fagioli coming up. Don't really know why. He should be gone. In fact, let's get rid of him now. Whoa, why is that there? Well, we'll re-add him then. That's a bit nuts. Barge can play there, Esposito can play there, Enriquez can play there. All of this is not even counting Filippo Donvito, who is going to be the backup there because of how good he actually is. Loads of squad depth there. In the middle, Karabek can technically play there, but it's going to be Castrovilli, Monchu, Cataldi. Where's the other lad? I don't know where the other lad is. Coutinho, he's there. We've got Enriquez, he's there. Johannesson can play there. All of the squad depth. Into the defence. Two very good central defenders in Thiat and Grimal. Balo, Sopi, Gabia. Even a new boy can play there. Jose Fontan. Excellent squad depth there. Cambiasso, my word. I'm so excited all these new transfers. Cambiasso, Thiat, Johannesson, Fontan. So many options at left back, right back, Sopi, Grimal, Cambiasso, Sambia. We are looking good. And then in goalkeepers, we've got two very good goalkeepers. I am incredibly happy with this side. I don't think we need to do a single thing. Now, in an ideal world, what would I do if I thought I needed to do something? Well, what I would do is if we had another offer coming for someone like Thiat or Grimal, I'll tell you what, forget Thiat. If an offer came in for Grimal, which is unlikely, I would probably allow him to leave. If an offer came in for Gabia, I would allow him to leave. And I know exactly who I would go for, and it is Demiral, who I can't spell the name of, which is really annoying. I would go in for him. Now, it's a lot of money, and we don't currently have the money for that, but a sale of one of those players could fund it. Look at how good he is. He is a sensational defender, and I would be very, very happy to get him. We are currently scouting him. I would love to bring him into the side if we have the money to do it, but to be honest with you, I am very happy with what we've currently got. I'm pretty sure that we're done. What I am going to do is... There's a fly. What I am going to do is I'm going to accelerate us to the start of the season for that first game, so when we get to the next episode, we can hit the ground running. If anything happens between now and then, which I sincerely doubt it will, I will stop and I will show you. But I got a feeling the next time you see me will be for that first game of the season, which is, by the way, against Udinese. So, unless anything dramatic happens, I say that every time, unless anything dramatic happens, I'll see you for the Udinese game. And no more drama has been had. We are here at the Udinese game to kick off the Serie A season. And again, I know I keep saying it, but I'm really happy with the business that we've done. We got it done relatively early. All of the players were in, I think, pretty much before the first friendly of the season, so they've all been able to get some football. Team's looking good. Not quite as fresh as we could be, but we might rotate one or two players in between the beginning of the next episode and this one. But very, very happy with the squad. The additions of Brandon Sopi, Jose Fontan, Sebastiano Esposito, again, Jose Maria, and Isaac Johannesson, I think, have really strengthened the team. Obviously, Roman Enriquez tied down to a permanence, I think, is a good bit of business as well. And then when we get Valeri and Fagioli back... Yeah, by the way, I don't know if I mentioned this. Fagioli's on a 2-year loan. I had no idea. I thought we only had him for 1 year, but we still got him. So we do have him as an option as well. So, we'd rather not have him as an option, but hey-ho. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with the business that we've done. I think the squad is looking really, really good. In terms of money, we don't really have any left at all. We've got £600,000 left. Didn't realise that. £600,000 left, and we've got about £40,000 in the wage budget. Yeah, £42,000 in the wage budget. So, not a lot of money. Probably not going to do any more business unless we get any other moves in the squad. I don't think there's anyone else I'd actively like to move on. If we had an offer in for Gabia, I would consider it, but I'm quite content to keep him in the squad. If we did move him on, I don't know if we'd get someone of the quality that we'd want. He's only worth up to 8 million. That's not a lot of money to get a lot of player with, so I think we'll leave things as they are, and I'm very happy to see what this team can do this season. Obviously, we're hoping it's the Serie A. If it's not the Serie A, well, then I've balls to save up, really, because that was pretty much what we wanted to do. But we're going to find out whether we can do it anyway. Thank you for watching. If you have enjoyed again, please do leave a like on the video and subscribe to the channel as well so you never miss any of the lovely Football Manager content from this channel. I've been Stubo, you guys have been awesome, stay classy, and I'll see you next time. Cheers.